Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today is a very vloggy style video and all I've done this morning so far is just my normal usual routine. Wake up, listen to a podcast, which was actually really interesting. The one today was on how exercise affects the brain, and I really wanted to know the science behind it, so it just really helped me. And then I worked out, and then I did some cleaning. I always like to clean like every other day, a deep clean, just because I feel like a clean space is a clean mind. And especially if you are in your space a lot, it's just a great situation to be in when it's clean. I feel anyway. Lit my air diffuser and now I'm getting ready for the day to start work on Jasmine Energy. I continually live in joggers, sweatpants, and my hair in two plaits. I don't know if anyone else can relate. Oh, now we have a mic on. Take one of me doing this. So this is like a vloggy style, me just sitting here in my bedroom. I don't even know if the natural lighting's gonna be in my favor, but I wanted to talk about 8 healthy habits which I have established have really helped change my life, especially being at home. Just need you like here, but then I don't want to hold it. So number 1 would be cook. So I feel like cooking is so important, and enjoying the food that you have and the time that you have eating your food. I think people underestimate you have that time to now cook and experiment with different foods. For me, making sure that I am not eating out of plastic Tupperware is actually just such a joy, and the fact that I can actually eat out of a plate, that's the word I'm looking for. I get all this time on my hands, let's utilize it and let's like cook when I can. For me, cooking or experimenting with foods like I have done with my avocado cake has definitely been my thing. Number 2 would be read. So as you can see from my Instagram, YouTube, Instagram stories, I love to read, and especially with my new bookcase, which I'm going to show you because I'm really excited. Like literally reading for me, as you can see from my wide array of books here, I literally love books. So making sure that I take the time out to read, and currently I am reading, and I will show you this. I'm currently reading The 5 Languages of Love. So, and also The Sapiens. But yeah, no, reading really just helps me have a moment to myself, or literally just helps me escape my mind when I feel like nothing else can. Number 3, a healthy habit which helped change my life is my fur babies. Murphy and Theo are the loves of my life. They are the light. You know, when I felt like I didn't know what was going on or something like that, they literally gave me such a reason to wake up and have a routine. Now I walk Murphy every day between 3 and 5 o'clock. He's my little baby, and if you're not sure, head over to my TikTok, because I like to use my TikTok as my walking kind of vlog, because I've only got my phone on me, and some days I actually leave it at home because I've spent all day editing and all day inputting all this energy into computers and screens that literally, like, it's now fantastic to have some time away from all the computers, all the stress, everything like that. So that is definitely my fur babies, or having animals in general, has really helped me create a healthy habit at home, especially because before I didn't have any of that time. I was spending so long at work that I just literally didn't have any time out. Number 4 would be taking time out for myself. So yes, you may not be around people, but you may be on the phone a lot more, or you may be, I don't know, talking to people on the phone and electronics, FaceTimes, everything. If you just need that 10 minutes, 20 minutes to yourself, like for me, walking Murphy is just alone time. I don't really speak to anyone else. I think that's so important. Just because you realise that you're never gonna have anything like that again. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be doing something, you know. When I read, I don't generally have anyone around. Just taking a little bit more of the mindfulness side approach, I think, is extremely helpful and literally helped me realize I do enjoy my own company a lot, and that isn't a bad thing. And taking time out for myself, I shouldn't be ashamed to use. So yeah, like, just appreciate that you have a lot more time on your hands, and that taking time out for yourself is not a bad thing. Number 5 has to be one of the most important aspects of my life, which is exercise. You don't have to then smash weights. You don't then have to do HIIT workouts. You could do Tai Chi, yoga, Pilates, I don't know, stretch in the morning. But exercise for me is just such a mental escape. Even walking now, having my 3 o'clock break midday. I never really understood it before, but everyone draws it into exercise. It's statistically and scientifically proven that people that exercise, it doesn't just help their physical health, but it helps their mental health as well. It could be nature walks. There's a really good app called Trail that basically shows you all the nature walks and trails around you, around your area. So you may not know, but you may live in an area that there could be trails. So that really like is such a good app. And just find what works for you. I think especially with the fitness industry, the problem is everyone's got this one idea of there's one thing that fits all, or one thing that everyone has to do. Everyone has to follow an exercise plan. Everyone has to smash weights. No, whatever works for you, works for you. If dancing works for you in your room for 20 minutes in the evening works for you, then go for that, literally. And don't be afraid to enjoy what's going on. 6 is a debatable one, is routine. So for me, routine is extremely important. And the first 3 weeks of this whole situation, back, I don't know how many weeks ago it was, but I really didn't have a routine. I had to establish a new routine, a routine that worked for me, a wake up time. And for me, everyone was like around me, oh, why don't you just sleep in? Why don't you just sleep in till 8? Why don't you just like have a lie-in? You're not working. And it's like, for me, I love a structure and I love a routine, and I really love waking up between 6 and 7 every day. I strive on waking up early. That's where I succeed. Like, I'm not saying I don't ever have a lie-in, but like literally for me, it just really works to have that accountability to Monday to Friday. I wake up at 6:30, and then I can get on with like editing or things throughout the day, or I could just take my time in the morning. Especially like, I literally wake up, I exercise, I then do some work, then eat breakfast, then do some more work, then eat my lunch. Just that little bit of structure in my day is so important. And setting my agenda for the week, I just do 1 week at a time now. I used to plan months and months ahead, and that was me. I planned to plan. Hold on, there's too much sunlight here. Let's try here. Yeah, like I used to plan to plan. Ooh. And now like I've realised I don't want to plan anymore. Like I just want to live 1 week at a time. So when it comes to planning, I literally plan like maybe on a Sunday or a Saturday night what I want to achieve throughout the week. And the nice thing about my planner is that it says like good things that happen throughout the week. So whenever good things happen, I can write them down and then look back. And especially when you're at a lower point or not really yourself, it's nice to look back on that and remember like you did go through good stages, and there was a stage where you could be like, oh, this happened this week. And it's just like building memories, and kind of, it's a really nice, I could do a whole video on organisation, to be honest with you, how to get organised. Like I'd very happily do that, but like how I plan and things like that. But time blocking for me really works, and I feel like it could work for anyone in any situation. And 7, something I implemented in the last month was podcasts. Now, for me, podcasts were a bit like I used to listen to them, then not listen to them. I didn't really implement them into my routine. But then now, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I don't listen to music like I used to. I go onto Spotify, click on podcasts, and then just I'm half asleep, I'm like half finding one that sounds kind of interesting to my brain on that day. And podcasts, it kind of, first of all, the first 10 minutes of your day, I generally listen to ones on positivity, meditation, fitness, sleep, anything like that really. And I really utilize the time in the morning that when I'm brushing my teeth, getting ready, I've got the podcast continually playing. And I like to learn things, like learning for me about sleep, how important it is for recovery. I learned that through a podcast. It's just like little pieces of information. And also when I walk Murphy, I do generally, if I haven't got someone on the phone, because sometimes I do use it to communicate, but very rarely I will use it to communicate, because I like to now separate my time. But like I do now use a podcast when I'm walking, and sometimes I want one long one, like Dr. Chatterjee, I think it is. He does like big, like 1 hour ones, and it's really nice to piece it in and out. But then like there's one that are like 10 minutes, so like the Mind Mentor and Stay Positive podcast. I think I listen to mine on Spotify anyway. But like you literally just listen to them 10 minutes, 20 minutes ones, hour ones. There's something for everyone. And it doesn't necessarily have to be positivity, spiritualness like Oprah's one. It could be football, makeup. I don't know. I'm really excited for Anna and Lily's one to come out, because I've been following them for ages. They have YouTube channels and they're doing At Home with Anna and Lily, and I love them. Like I think they're so funny and they're just really real people. So yes. And number 8 would be my tip for being healthy and having healthy habits would be get up and go to sleep around the same time every day. So I use the bedtime app on my phone, and I do this only Monday to Friday religiously, and then Saturday and Sunday I do still have an alarm for, like, on a Saturday I get up at like 10:07, and then on Sunday I let my body sleep till 8:30. But I like having an alarm, and I know it works for me, and I don't get anxious about me trying to wake up too late and I'm gonna miss things. It's not FOMO, but it's like FOMO of missing the day and where I could be and doing things. But having a similar time, like 1 or 2 hours of going to bed and getting up at the same time every day, it really does make you feel better. And unless you do it and you literally like sit there and you're like, oh yeah, like it really works for me, like you literally don't know until you try it. Like when I left uni, I felt like I was really lost, because I've gone from, you go from like, I don't know, 23 years of education then to like nothing. Well, you go to work and then now you've been chucked in the deep end and you're like nothing, and you're like, okay, cool, got no job, got no, like, well, you're not going to work, got no structure, what do I do? So my mission was Jasmine Energy, and that's where I ended up trying to learn to cope. So yeah, I don't know if these 8 healthy habits will be really informative, but I hope I tried to get my point across in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. My new upload schedule is 12 o'clock on a Friday and a Sunday, and 5 o'clock on a Tuesday. But I would love to see like some of your healthy habits, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It'd really help me out, especially because I'm just starting out, but I'm just doing these for me and just to try and have a little escape to the world, and I just want to help people. So if I can help someone I don't know with something I've said, I think that's my mission. So yeah, I will hope to see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.